and we will get started. So yeah, so grab a strap or a scarf and we will start on our class. We'll do a lot of back work today. We'll definitely do some flow, but really want to just get some juicy stuff going on in the hips and the hamstrings to kind of get rid of some of the junk, right? Okay, so I'm going to start on my back in Supta Baddha Konasana. You decide what it is that works best for you. Okay, if you want to come into Savasana or if you want to just keep your feet planted with your knees up towards the sky, you choose. All right, just a couple of moments here to feel yourself kind of melt down into your mat, beginning to release that sense of to-do and responsibility. Maybe hearing Bing Crosby in the background being crazy Bing. Kind of take a big breath in. Open the mouth and just let it go. Allowing your hands to fall wherever it's most comfortable for you. Just closing the eyes. Finding some nice, easy breaths. And watching those thoughts just filter past. Noticing the rise and fall, chest, and the belly, signifying the movement of breath. Pranayama, or life force. Acknowledging the fact that some days the breath flows easily in and out. And some days we find, just like everything in the body, you may hesitate, you may feel a little stuck. Just acknowledging today, knowing that different than yesterday, different than tomorrow. Last few breaths here and centering. And then from here, we are going to come to a seat just for a moment. So if you have your knees up towards the sky, you can come into that Supta Baddha Konasana. So allowing the soles of the feet to come together and letting the knees fall apart, even just for a few breaths. Hands come underneath of your shoulders, and then just slowly begin to roll yourself up, press yourself up, trying to keep those feet together, knees apart. And from here, bringing your hands to the outsides of the ankles, pulling those feet a little bit closer in towards the body. So Trying to keep the eyes closed. And then feeling yourself sit up tall. Something that I found that I really enjoyed. What if 2020 isn't canceled? What if the year 2020 is the year that we've been waiting for? A year so incredibly uncomfortable, so painful, so raw, that it finally forces us to grow. A year that screams so loud, finally awakening us from our slumber. A year we finally accept the need for change. We declare the change, we work for the change, we become the change. A year that we finally come together instead of pushing one another further apart. 2020 will not be canceled, but rather it will become the most important year of them all. Take a great big breath in. Open up your mouth and let it go. Releasing your hands from your ankles and bringing your palms to your heart, releasing the tip of your nose to the tips of your fingertips, bowing in acknowledgement of one another, knowing that we are all created equal. And lift your head back up. Bring your hands back behind your hips. Again, we're going to make our way right back down onto our backs. So we're going to need a strap or a scarf. So grab one of those, okay? And then we're going to lift our feet up so they're still in that Supta Baddha Konasana form. And we're going to bring the strap or the scarf right there to the outsides of the feet, okay? So from here, I want you to slowly begin to pull your feet in towards your groin, letting those knees open up. So we're going to start to feel a stretch to the inner thigh, through the hip. Take another breath, pull in just a little bit closer. And then from here, keep the feet together, just rotate so that the feet can start to reach up towards the sky, just allowing that strap or scarf to kind of open up in your hands. So legs are now straight. Then back into the knees, come back to soles of the feet together, and then pull the feet back and towards the groin. We're just going to alternate between that nice hip and thigh opener, coming into that hamstring stretch. So take your time, just coming in and out of this. And if you don't have a strap or a scarf, you can simply just allow yourself to find that opening without. Just a little bit easier with that assistance, that prop. A couple more times. Maybe each time finding a little bit more space as those knees open a little bit wider, feet come a little bit closer. And then maybe finding a little bit more length as you reach the toes towards the nose. Last two times, pull it in. Stretch it up. Last time. From here, we're going to stay with those feet up towards the sky. All right. So start to really flex the toes in towards the nose, feeling the heels reach up, keeping as much of a bend in the knees as you need. And then we're going to start to lift up. So begin to walk your hands a little bit further up the strap. Go ahead and see if you can keep your gaze maybe towards the middle of your shins. Yeah. Don't look straight ahead. You want to feel some length. And then maybe if it feels okay, maybe using the gaze up towards the toes. And as you do, perhaps you're able to lift up the chest a little bit closer towards the legs. Just holding here in this hamstring stretch for 3. For 2, take another breath, And then on your exhale, lower your head back down, come back to that Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, pulling those feet in. And then this time, with those feet pressing together, knees out wide, we're gonna again lift up, bringing the chest towards the feet towards the chest. Yeah, so maybe that gaze is at the toes, or perhaps a little bit higher, just feeling yourself lift up through the chest. Try not to use the neck. Take another breath, maybe bringing yourself a little closer. And then on your exhale, lower yourself back down. Go ahead and take that strap off of the legs and then send it off to the side. We'll come back to it. From here, coming into a happy laughing baby. So use your peace fingers to grab onto your big toes. And then start to pull those knees in towards the armpits. Now it's early, right? So our hips are probably still feeling a little tight, and that's fine. Just see if you can't work those knees in towards the armpits, and then begin to find some movements. We're gonna start with just a slow, controlled movement, side to side, rolling it out. Try to get your tailbone pressing into the ground. And then from here, go ahead and start to roll yourself all the way over towards that left side. Yeah, so let that left thigh come down to the ground. And then using your abdominals, come back through center and then take it over to the right. Back through center, over to the left, center to the right. One more time, take it through center, over to the left. Come through center, take it over to the right. Coming back through. Again, bringing the soles of the feet. This time, bring your fingers to interlace on the outsides of the feet, if that's possible. If it's not possible, then come back to those big toes, totally fine. Really, again, working to pull those feet in towards your center, right? And then lifting yourself up. Maybe one day, you'll start to bring the toes towards the forehead. It's a big stretch for the inner thigh and the back. One more breath. And then release the head down, send the legs up towards the sky. Bring your hands down by your sides and then just start to roll out the ankles a couple times in each direction. And then from here, let's do a little bit of abdominal work. So bringing the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers, and then just a few crunches here. So just start to lift up and lower down. Try to keep those legs as straight as possible, but if that's not possible, then just bend the knees. Just lift and lower, not using momentum, using the abdominals. And again, try not to use the head and the neck. You want to feel this coming from the chest and from the belly. For 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1 we hold. All right, so we're lifted. We got those shoulder blades off the ground. Now free your hands and then bring your hands out along your thighs. So thumbs facing up towards the sky. Again, we pulse. So we just start to feel a little bit of a crunch as we bring the chest to the thighs. Try to keep those legs as straight as you can. Keep reaching through those fingertips. Arms are strong. Belly strong. Fire it up. Here we go for 10, 9. Keep breathing. If you need a break, take it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, we keep it lifted. And then on the exhale, we're going to release the legs to the ground, send the arms up and over the head. And then bring it back up. Lower everything down. And bring it back up. If you need to bend the knees, please feel free. If you want to eliminate the arms, you do what works for you. We've got 5, 4. It's all about the breath. So really keep that breath moving. 2. Last one. Again, we get to hold just for another big breath. And then exhale, lower the head, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, make some circles. Yeah, just take it around, switch the direction. Yeah, nice work. from here, we're gonna bring those feet down to the ground. We're gonna set ourselves up for an early bridge. So start to walk your feet in towards your bum, okay? Use your peace fingers to find the backs of your ankles. And then really start to feel yourself press your feet firmly into the mat, elbows into the mat. Start to feel your chest puff up a little bit. And then be mindful that those feet are in line with knees, knees in line with hips. We're gonna take a few rolling bridges here. So we're gonna start by lifting the hips up. And just like we did before, send the arms overhead. Lower yourself back down. Reach up, lift up, and lower down. 3 more, just like that. Lift up, lower down. 2. 1 more. Knees pull back into the chest. This time, lift yourself up so that the forehead can come towards the knees. Squeeze the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a great big hug here. And then on your exhale, go ahead, keep the head lifted, but bring the hands to the knees so that we can start taking some rock and rolls. Take it back and then rock it forward. Take it back and forward. 1 more time, take it back. Come forward, this time cross the ankles and then roll over into your tabletop position. So come on into that tabletop. Yeah. All right. Let's take a few hip circles because that always feels really good and juicy. Are we ready? Now, hands underneath of the shoulders, knees underneath of the hips. We're gonna start by just shifting the weight towards that right heel and then coming through center. Bring the shoulders past the wrists. I want you to feel a little bit of a stretch through the wrists. Bring it forward. Send it back. One last time in this direction. Send it back. This time we come forward. And then send that left hip to the left heel. Yeah, nice, great big circles, round and around, starting to feel this in the biceps and the triceps, shoulders, again, hips, belly. 1 more time in this direction. And then come through center. All right, so you can come back into doing those hip circles if that's what feels good to you. If you want to add in a little bit of strength, then we'll add in some push-ups here. So maybe walking those hands forward just about a handprint's distance, all right? So if you're coming along with me, you're gonna bring the shoulders forward. You're gonna squeeze the elbows in and you're gonna lower yourself down. On the press up, send the hips back towards the right heel and come forward. Lower down and press up, shift it back. Still going towards the right. 1 more time on this side. Lower, lift up, shift the weight back, and then come through center. Take a breath, let that go. Let's do it again on the other side. So shoulders come forward, lower for that push-up. As you come up this time, send it to that left heel, bring it around, lower down, press up to the left, take it through. Last time, lift up, circle it to the left, come back through center, big breath in. On your exhale, gonna find a way into our puppy pose. So start to walk the hands forward and then shift that weight back. Tailbone reaches up towards the sky. Lots of options here in our puppy pose. You can simply keep your head lifted, looking towards the thumbs. Maybe you bring your forehead down. Maybe you bring your chin down. Last option is to rise up onto the fingertips, feeling a deeper stretch. Yeah, it's really intense, so you decide what works for you. Squeeze the belly in towards the spine, and then notice if you can't find a little bit more lift through the tailbone. Holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Start to lift yourself back up, just coming back into that tabletop position, and let's thread the needle. Go ahead and reach that right arm up towards the sky. Take a look, and then thread it through. Come on down, right shoulder down towards the ground. Options. Keeping that left hand on the ground, maybe left arm to the sky, maybe it wraps around. You choose. If you'd like to come into balance, keeping that left knee down on the ground, and then sending that right leg back, maybe those right toes lift up. It's a pretty big balance, so you choose what's working for you today. Last breath here in your twist. Slowly begin to bring everything back down. Unwind yourself, right arm back up towards the sky. And then right hand to the ground. Here we go, left side. Send that left arm up. And then thread it through, come down. Yeah, same options here. Maybe you stay just as you are. Awesome place to be. Maybe the right arm goes up. Maybe it comes behind the back. Maybe this time that right leg stays down and we send the left toes back. Yeah. Come into whatever variation you'd like to find yourself in this morning for 3, for 2, and 1. Find your way back through center, extending that left arm back up to the sky, and then bringing the hand back down to the mat. Drop the belly down, send the gaze up towards the sky, coming into our cow pose, and then pressing into the mat, scooping through the belly, coming into cat. Coming back into neutral. From here, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, coming into our high plank. Holding here in high plank for a couple of breaths. Again, always the option of rocking back and forth, always the option to come down to elbows, to knees, whatever it is that serves you best in this moment. Again, no need to compare it to yesterday because it's always going to be different. For 3, 2, on 1, lift the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. From here, taking a look back towards those feet. Yeah, maybe pedaling it out for a moment, letting the head just relax, the jaw. Noticing if there's something you can't let go of, finding the ability to simply release. Eventually finding stillness. And then stepping your feet to the edges of your mat, and then walking those hands about 2 handprints in towards the body. We're gonna, again, find a twist. So this time we're gonna bring that left hand to the outside of the right calf. If you can, try to drop your heels down towards the ground. Slowly, slowly begin to rotate your chest so that you're looking up and underneath of that right armpit. The longer you're here, maybe you'll notice a little bit more rotation through the rib cage, finding 1 more breath, and then simply releasing that left hand down, switching it out, bringing the right hand over towards that left calf, taking a few breaths here to deepen your twist, but taking it slow. Always acknowledging the breath and the process in which it plays in our movement, in the way that we process information, in the way that we acknowledge how we feel. Slowly unwinding. From here, walking the feet, this time all the way together so that the big toes touch, and then beginning to walk the hands all the way back towards the feet. Bringing the hands to the shins for a halfway lift. And then exhale, folding forward. Slowly bend into the knees and begin to rise all the way up, bringing those palms to touch overhead, bringing the thumbs to the chest. Breath in and breath out. Go ahead and send the arms back into the sky, look up. And then on your exhale, fold forward. Hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Bend into the knees, arms go wide, reach up, look up, palms together, thumbs to the heart. 1 more time, send it up, take it down. Hands to shins, flatten the spine. Exhale, hands down, knees bend, rise up, reach up, and then again, thumbs to the chest. Take a moment here to just feel the breath move, feel the beat of the heart. And then on your next breath, go ahead and lift that right knee up. Interlace the fingers in front of the knee. Okay, so coming into balance here. I'm gonna switch out legs. So you've got your right knee pulling up in towards the chest. Notice if you start to feel yourself rolling forward, try to relax the shoulders down and back. Yeah, a couple circles through that right ankle. And then from here, finding our way into our figure 4. So bringing that thigh, or I'm sorry, that foot to the top of the left thigh, and bringing your palms to your heart center. Yeah. From here, slowly beginning to sink yourself down. Okay, so coming into that left hip. All right. Option to stay, or if you'd like to twist, maybe you simply just find a twist here, just lifting that left elbow up, bringing that right elbow over towards the left side of your body. If you want to find connection, then maybe that right elbow can find the sole of that right foot. Yeah, a little bit deeper into the twist, a little bit more balance it's going to require. Yeah, if you can, maybe sinking a little bit lower in towards that left knee. Try to keep yourself lifted through the chest. Try not to collapse. Squeeze the belly in towards the spine. Just here for 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Slowly, if you're in that twist, find your way back up through center. Pull that right knee back up into the chest. And then kick that right foot forward. I promise we're almost done. Lift up as I fall over. And then step the right foot back. Go ahead and just open yourself up into warrior 2. Whew, feels good to have both feet on the ground, right? Yeah, so settle into your warrior 2. Yeah, reach to the fingertips. And then go ahead and flip the front palm, take it back, reverse. Find your extended side angle. And then reverse. 2 more times. Last time to dance it out. Coming back through to warrior 2. And then from here, cartwheel your hands down, step it back to that high plank. Again, we're just gonna hold. If you wanna drop knees, drop knees. Feeling the belly squeeze in tight. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Lift the hips to the sky. Walk those feet back together. And then hands again, find their way back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Arms go wide, reach up, look up, palms together. And then pulling the thumbs into the heart. Let's try the other side. So this time, pressing down through that left foot, right? Right foot, whichever one you didn't do on the other side, because I don't remember what side you did. And then we're going to start to pull the knee in towards the chest. I think you're pulling your left knee in. Yeah. Awesome, guys. Yeah. So just notice again, easy to want to kind of feel yourself roll forward or even try to kind of pull back. Just bring the shoulders up over the hips. All right. From here, going to find our way into that figure 4. So bring the hands to the heart and then bring that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Option to stay as you are. Maybe you start to sink. Maybe you take a twist without a bind, just twisting twisting over towards the right. Or maybe bringing that elbow to the sole of the foot. As you can see, I'm doing a little dance here, trying to get there. Yeah. Keep breathing. Not working for me today, guys. It's all good, day to day. Nice. Just finding 1 more breath wherever you are. Coming back through center, lift yourself up. This time bringing that knee back in towards the chest and then kicking the foot out. Yeah. Try to lift those toes up a little bit higher without pulling yourself back. Try to keep it as level as you can. Woo, and then step it back, open up, warrior 2. Readjust your back foot so that you feel as if you're really pressing into the outside of the foot, but allowing the inside to roll inward, just slightly. Nice. Take another breath, and then take it back to reverse. Maybe you got that right hand behind the back, and then bring the elbow to the knee, open up, extended side angle, take it back, just dancing it out, side to side. 1 more time. Coming back to warrior 2 just for a breath. And then cartwheeling the hands down to the mat, stepping it back to high plank. From here, coming into our side plank, we're going to drop the heels to the right. So you decide if you'd like to drop that right knee down, drop it down. Otherwise, keep those legs extended. Maybe you're stacking feet, maybe you're staggering feet. Maybe you're ready to bring that top leg up. You decide. Finding side plank. Breathing into it. Trying to make sure that that right shoulder is over top of that right wrist. Maybe you can lift up through the hips one more time. One more breath. Bring it back through center. Take an inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. Here we go, other side. Heels drop over towards the left. Maybe knee comes down. Feet, whatever variation works for you. Once we get there, holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming back through to that high plank. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Hips back to the sky for downward facing dog. Couple of breaths, just flush it out. Feel your chest reaching towards your thighs. Feel your upper arm bones rotating outward, heels reaching towards the earth, head, no pressure, just let it hang. One more breath. This time, sending the gaze towards the thumbs, begin to make your way to the top of your mat. Once you get there, finding that half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, bending into the knees, and then sending the arms wide as you reach up towards the sky. Palms come to the heart. All right, let's make our way through a few sun salutations. So here we go, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, step it back. Come to your high plank. Your choice, knees up, knees down. Finding your way through your vinyasa, coming through your back bend, and then making your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Bend into the knees, hopper step, top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Reach it to the sky. Right back down. Half lift. Hands down. Step or jump it back. Vinyasa through. Going to go through a few rounds of sun salutation. You take it at your own pace. Breath in, breath out. Bend into the knees. Back to the top of the mat. Half lift. Fold forward. Rise up. Right back down. Inhale. Exhale. Take it back. Knowing that it's always an option to skip vinyasa. Coming back eventually to the top of the mat. Let's go through a couple more rounds, 2 more rounds. Take them at your own pace. And if you don't want to do this at all, feel free. Coming into down dog, coming into child's pose. This is your yoga practice. Just here to give you some guidance, but it's your choice. Coming through our last round of sun salutation A, where we eventually meet back at the top of the mat. Coming into our Hastasana, and then palms to the heart, Tadasana. Again, close the eyes, feel the breath, settle the shoulders. Feel yourself firmly rooted into the mat. From here, coming into our Garandasana, our eagle pose. So again, keeping that left foot grounded. Go ahead and bring that right knee up into the chest, and then begin to sweep that right foot around. So maybe it's kickstand, maybe it's to the outside of the shin, maybe it's that connection behind. And with that right leg over top, arms reach up, and we bring right arm underneath, coming into our eagle pose. So again, option to stay, or maybe we'd like to twist, okay? If you want to take the twist, we begin to pull those elbows in towards the belly, and then bringing the elbows to the outside of that right knee. Twisting over towards the right. One more breath. Bringing it back through center and then unwind. Reach the arms to the sky. Pull the palms to the heart. This time, pressing in towards that right foot, bringing that knee up in towards the chest, and then bringing that foot over top. And kickstand, shin, tucking toes. Feel yourself lift up. And then on your exhale, if you'd like to, oh, we got arms too, so sorry. Left arm under. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. And then taking a twist if you would like. So bringing the elbows towards the belly to start. And then this time, twisting over towards the left. All kinds of pretzel-like. Never taking ourselves too seriously in any of this. One more breath. Unwinding yourself. Step the foot down. Reach the arms high. From here, coming into our sun salutation B, so toes together, heels apart, sink it back into Utkatasana, our chair pose. Lug the shoulders in, try to lift up. Feel your heart lift towards the sky. A little bit of that tuck through the tailbone. Maybe rotating the pinky fingers in, sifting your weight back in towards the heels. Maybe you can lift up the toes. One last breath here in your Utkatasana. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Hands down to the ground. Step it back. Option to vinyasa, or simply go straight to down dog. Once you're in down dog, right leg reaches up. Look forward, step it through. Go ahead and rise up. Gonna take about 3 breaths here in our warrior one. First time through, trying to get ourselves situated. Always option to find the hands to the hips to help square ourselves off a little bit. Noticing if you're seeing that right big toe. Noticing if you're feeling the pinky edge of that left foot pressing down. Finding one more breath here. And then hands come down to the mat. Maybe you flow, maybe you don't. Maybe if you are flowing, you've got that right foot lifted. And then coming back to down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg reaches up. Looking forward, step through. Come on up, back foot. 45 degrees. Again, maybe using the hands, relaxing the shoulders. Find a little bit of space. Yeah. Nice. Option to sink one more time. And then exhale, hands down to the ground. Flow or don't. If you do, maybe it's 3-legged. And we all meet back in down dog. For those 3 cleansing breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last time, full breath in. Complete breath out. Gaze back to the thumbs. Hopper step, feet to the hands. Inhale. Exhale. Toes together, right back into that warrior two. This time, just one breath, one movement. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands down. Making your way through vinyasa. Come into down dog. Right leg reaches up, just one breath. Step it through, root down, rise up, all the way up on the inhale. And then all the way down on the exhale. Take it back. Always option to skip vinyasa. Don't have to feel like you need to do it every time. Left leg up. Step it through. Come on up, reach up so high. Open up that heart. And then hands down to the ground. Take it back. Breath in. Breath out. 2 more. 1 more. Look forward, top of the mat. Inhale and exhale. Reaching high to the sky. Find your way back into that chair pose. Bring the hands to the heart. Let's twist one more time. So bringing that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Yeah. So starting off right here, feeling the knees pressed together, but not putting too much pressure between the knees, right? You want to be able to maybe slip a piece of paper in between those knees if possible. Trying to keep the knees level. And then maybe finding a little bit more rotation over towards the right. All right, from here, press all of the weight into that right foot. Try to lift that left foot just to hover and then step it back. Yeah. Nice, find your balance. Option to keep those hands at the heart or to release the left hand down, right arm to the sky. Taking another deep breath. And then unwinding yourself into warrior two. So just cartwheel yourself open, coming back to that warrior two. From here, flipping the front palm, taking it back for reverse. And then dropping that right elbow to the right knee for extended side angle. Gonna hold here an extended side angle for a few breaths. If you'd like to take a half bind, maybe a full bind, you do what works for you. If you're in the bind, really working to pull the shoulder, stack, left on top of right. Gaze to the sky. One final breath. Unwind yourself back to the warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Take it back, flow if you want, skip it if you don't. One more flow. Gaze towards the top of the mat. Go ahead and bring those feet back. Inhale. Exhale. Eye to the sky. Toes together, heels apart. Utkatasana. Palms to heart center. Twist into the left. Right elbow outside of that left knee. Squeezing it all into the center. Rotating through the heart. This time weight goes into that left foot. Maybe we can pick that right foot up off of the ground and then step it back. Option to stay. Option to spread your wings. Finding two more breaths. One more breath. And then coming up, opening it up into our warrior two. Sinking down into that front knee. Press, pinky edge of back foot. Flip the palm, take it back, reverse. And then dropping that left elbow to the left knee. Extended side angle, your choice. Half bind, full bind. Open the heart. One more deep breath. Go ahead and unwind, come back through warrior two. Last opportunity for vinyasa. Cartwheel the hands down, step back. This time we'll meet in child's pose. Knees to the earth, hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. Just allowing that breath to move freely. Acknowledging any thoughts that creep up. One more breath. From here, begin to lift your head up. We're going to make our way into our lizard from here. So bringing the hands back into that tabletop position, okay? Go ahead and lift your right knee up towards your chest and then step that right foot to the outside, to the inside of that right hand, okay? So wiggle those right toes forward and then walk your hands so that they're to the inside of the foot. So many options here, right? So you can keep that back knee grounded, or you can lift it up. You can keep the hands on the mat with the arms extended, or maybe you drop the elbows to the ground. Yeah. If there's any other versions of lizard, you want to take an arm balance, You want to find some sort of a bind, you choose. Just taking about 3 or 4 more breaths here. If you can, really work to squeeze that right knee into the shoulder and really try to straighten out through that left leg if you've got it lifted. Last 2 breaths. And then if you have that back knee lifted, go ahead and drop it down. Walk your hands back up if you were down on your elbows. And then from here, pick up your right toes, rotate your right toes towards the right corner of your mat. And then from here, walk your left hand underneath of your nose. Start by taking a twist, reach the right arm up towards the sky, and then bring your right hand right there to the inside of that right knee. Begin to roll over onto the pinky edge of that right foot, and then start to twist your heart towards that right knee, allowing that right knee to fall open towards the right side. Maybe the gaze stays down towards that left hand, or maybe it comes out to the side. Perhaps it makes its way all the way back behind you, looking behind that right shoulder. Final deep breath. And then coming back through center. So just let that right foot come back down to the mat, bringing your right hand back down. Go ahead and curl the toes under, lift that left knee up, and then step it back to down dog. Wiggle it out. If you want to take a couple hip circles, feel free. And then from here, dropping back down to the knees, flipping the tops of the feet. This time we pick that left knee up and then step the left foot to the inside of the left and the right hand. So whatever variation you took on the other side, try to keep it consistent, right? So if you want to keep that knee down, maybe you want to lift it up. Maybe you want to keep those arms extended, or perhaps you come down to the elbows or blocks, right? Always option to use blocks here. But again, be mindful. You know, we're going to open that left knee momentarily, but for this point in time, try to keep it squeezing in towards the elbow. Right knee is lifted. If it's lifted, you want to keep the bend out of it. For 3, 2, last breath here in your lizard. And then walk your hands back towards the mat. Lift up the left toes, send them towards the outside. Whoop, drop that right knee down if it's not already. And then from here, right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. Bring the hand to the inside of that left knee. Allow yourself to roll onto the pinky edge of the left foot. And then see if you can't drop that right hip flexor down towards the ground. Maybe gaze is down, maybe it's out, or maybe it's back behind you. Nice. Final breath. And then coming back through center. Go ahead again, curl those right toes under. Step yourself back to down dog, wiggle it out. And then drop your knees to the earth. Bring your hips back towards your heels and simply release that right hip down to the ground. Extend your legs out in front of you. And then from here, let's find our way back onto our backs. So bring those feet in towards the body, knees to the sky, arms reach out, plug the shoulders in, and then on a slow count of 5, coming back down onto our mats. Nice. Squeeze the knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. All right, let's grab onto that strap again. So finding your strap or your scarf. This time, allowing that left foot to release to the ground, bringing the strap to the sole of the right foot and extending just that right leg to the sky. So just take a moment, notice the difference. Hopefully feeling a little bit more juicy. And then option to keep that left foot grounded, or if you can, begin to slide that foot down. We're going to start by lifting ourselves back up towards the leg. So walk your hands up the strap or up the back of your leg if you don't have a strap, working to pull your chest towards your thigh. Maybe the gaze is at the knee, maybe it's up towards the toes, but Feel yourself lift up without trying to feel like you're yanking on your neck. One more breath here. And then slowly lower yourself back down. From here, we're gonna open it up. So go ahead and grab onto that strap. Bring your hand, your left hand to your left hip, and notice where that hip is in space right now, right? As we begin to drop the right leg down, it's gonna start to pop up, but you don't want it to come so far off of the mat that you feel like you're totally off balance, right? So as soon as you really start to feel that left hip roll up, that's your stopping point, okay? So just really press that left hand into the left hip so you're aware, and then allow that right leg to open up. Close the eyes. And if this is too much, you can always bring that left foot back to the mat if it doesn't feel good extended. Take 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Slowly bringing that right leg back up through center. We're gonna hand off. So bringing the left hand to the strap. Just bring that right hand down, that half T shape. And then slowly notice as that right leg comes across the body. So obviously that right hip's gonna pop up this time, and that's fine. This time I want you to be aware of that right shoulder. If the right shoulder starts to pop up, then you've gone too far. So try to keep that right shoulder really pressing into the mat. Maybe you can rotate the gaze over towards those right fingertips. Feeling a really nice stretch for the hamstring and the IT band. Noticing what's going on with the belly. Acknowledging that little bit of a pull from the navel to the spine. 1 more inhale. And then coming back through center, let's lift it up 1 more time. So both hands on the strap or on the leg. Lift up, chest to thigh. 1 more great big breath. And simply lower yourself down. Bend into that right knee. Drop the right foot to the mat. And then find your strap on the sole of the left foot, okay? So just a moment, again, feeling the feels, noticing what there is to notice. All right, so maybe that right foot stays planted. Maybe you choose to extend the leg out. No right or wrong, totally up to you. Start to lift up. Feel a little bit of a bend through the elbows. Probably gonna wanna send gaze up towards the toes in order to keep that neck nice and neutral. 3, 2, 1 more lift. And lower it down. All right, so this time, left hand stays on the strap, right hand comes to the right hip. Let's open it up. Start to drop that left leg out to the side. Notice as soon as that right hip starts to pop up, then just let that left leg stay as it is. Maybe the longer that you're here, you can find just a tiny bit more space. Final breath. Bring it back through center. Hand off, right hand grabs the strap, left hand comes down, and then left leg, bring it over. Where's that left shoulder? Keep it grounded. Gaze towards that left hand. Nice. Finding 1 more breath. Re-extending leg to the sky. 1 more time to lift up. Walk yourself up. Come on up. Big breath. 1 more big breath. And lower yourself down. Bend into that left knee. Bring the strap over to the side. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Let's find that happy, laughing baby. 1 more time before we call it a day. Noticing the difference. Hopefully our hips are much more open at this point. So using your peace fingers to grab onto the big toes or maybe the outsides of the feet, ankles, and then bring those knees into the chest. Drop the tailbone down, and just like we did before, begin to roll over to your left side. Come through center, over to the right. Back through center, 1 more time, over to the left. through the center, over to the right. Finding your way back, pressing that spine into the mat, pulling that tailbone down. See if you can get those knees a little bit closer to the armpits. Just one final deep breath. Bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe we get that forehead a little bit closer to the toes this time. Begin to lift up, squeeze it all in. And then release the forehead down. Go ahead, bring the knees together at the chest, arms reach up overhead, and then extend the legs long, full body stretch. Oh, wiggle it out, shake it out. And finally, releasing the hands down by your sides, flipping the palms up towards the sky, and settling in for our Savasana, our final resting pose. Giving yourself these last few moments of class to be still, be quiet, be peaceful. Avoiding that desire to want to start to plan the rest of your day out. It'll be there. Now just feel heavy, and quiet, supported and loved. Slowly and gently beginning to reawaken the body. Wiggling out through fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. And when you're ready, extending the arms back up overhead for another great big full body stretch, reach and stretch. And very slowly, gently pulling the knees into the chest and then finding your comfortable side fetal position. Remembering that the year 2020 is not canceled, but rather it will be the most important year of them all. Very slowly finding your way into an easy seat, taking your time, crossing the legs, palms coming to heart center. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Bringing the thumbs up to the forehead, that third eye center. May all beings be happy. May all beings be loved, and may all beings be safe. I bow to you in Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Be sure and take a look at the website. Lots of workshops and such coming up. So, and if you'd like to donate, there's a donate button there. So, but so good to see you.
Thank you so much, Christina. That was great.
Oh, I miss you. I can't wait to see you in person.
No, I know. I can't believe how much better my hips feel.
Yeah.
I really saw it when we did the
I know, right? It's crazy.
I was like, wow.
Good. Good, good, good.
That was
Have a great rest of your weekend, and
you.
hopefully I'll see you again soon. Don't be a stranger.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.